prison, doing time, on death row. Oftentimes when you got time to do and you get a few years, we complain. Some of us even cry. We don't stop to think too much about the other inmates, prisoners, who ain't never going home, who are waiting to get executed. Today, we're going to get into that and a whole lot more here on The Lockout. This is one of the youngest men to ever be executed or be on death row. Thank you for tuning in. Let's get right to it.
Was off duty, but pulled Haynes over, identified himself as a police officer, was reaching for his badge in his back pocket when he was shot by Haynes in the left eye.
Holy smoke, my dude off top. Son killed a cop. Like, you going down. Like, if anything, we know it's always wrong when you take a life, right? But, my G, a cop? Like, that's real hard. Like, everybody's, when you go to court, everybody's against you. Leave in the comments if you know that. Like, there was dudes that was arrested with us in the pens or what have you, and when they telling their story and what happened and what they there for, and when he said he shot a cop or something, it was like, oh, he snapped. And then when they be like, what you think is going to happen? I don't even want to answer this dude. I'm like, bro, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But in my head, I'm like, bro, you're going down. Your whole life's turned upside down. It's always sad. But this was the youngest dude, not in the world, in Texas. Leave in the comments if you ever heard of this story. I answer back all comments. Facts. Let's see if he gets executed or if he gets to, I don't know. I never saw it. Facts. But it's sad already.
He fighting for a while. He says, I'm a cop. But as he says, I'm a cop, he reaches for his hip. I can't see what he's reaching for, but just my personal life experience tells me he's going for a weapon. So I fire.
That's the situation the officer reached. Like oftentimes they get to use the excuse that I seen him make a move, so I popped him. I felt my life was in danger. And I think that's what this guy's trying to say here. Like, he got nervous. He didn't know what was going on. By the way, if you watching and you see this little pimple right there, something bit me there, man. Like, all in my sleep, bro. I figure I'd just let you know that. Like, yeah, bro, it get crazy. You see, and then out of all days, video day anyway, that's not going to stop us from giving you the awesome content. So check this out. That's the way I feel. But if it's one of us, it's a problem. You feel me? But let's see why he did, because I think it cut off too soon when he was trying to explain like how it actually took place. I need to hear this. For real.
My personal life experience tells me he's going for a weapon. So I fired one shot.
Ready? Oh, my dude, he blasted him. He said my personal experience. He reaching for a weapon. I felt my life, you know what I'm saying? The same thing I just told you. He felt his life was in danger. Bah! I fired one shot. They make it like real dramatical, you feel me? Like it is a serious situation. But that shot, the sound effects just made it more like, oh, no, he didn't. Yeah, but he did. And he said he did. I got to give it to him because there's a lot of people still in denial, man, actually. And this is facts, bro. Like, leave in the comments if you know that. Like, I mean, a lot of us know that, but, like, people really be, like, denying bro, like, you're already sentenced. Like, you already got you know, what you was gonna get. You filed in all motions for appeal. Nothing is working. And they'll still be like, you know, I didn't do it. I'm innocent, you know? Like, I get it though. I don't know if I would have told the truth about that either. You feel me? But this is a serious thing. We go on in our life and we complain about what's going on in life with us and all the problems that we got. And there's a lot of people somewhere in this world, right? Like behind those walls, that they know the day they're gonna die.
His attorney, Mr. Richard Ellis, he's actually taken Anthony's case personal. He believes that he should not be on death row.
I think it's easier to be in prison on death row as a younger person because you haven't experienced life. I wasn't married.
I get what he's saying. I could identify with that. He said it's easier for a person because to be on death row, locked up in general, I would think, because he hasn't experienced life. And I think that's something that was happening to me when I was getting locked up. It was like, people were like, yo, it seems like you like jail. And it became a thing like, this is all I know. Like, I started getting locked up at an early age. I just now started getting accustomed to being in the street because it was easier for me. I had no bills. I had no commitment, no obligations, no nothing. I didn't know nothing. I didn't even know how to be a man. Like, I had no responsibility. I really had nothing to live for. And today I think I got a little more than I had back then. And it helps me stay sane, and it helps me stay free and think before I act. I hope they didn't get to execute this young man. It's always sad when I watch things like this because there's a lot of times that I thought about that when I was locked up. Like, am I going to make it out of here? Is another case going to come up where they're going to keep me and I have numerous felonies and they can give me life and I'm never going to make it out? Is someone going to kill me in here because I'm running around wilding, doing what I think I want to do? And that's the end result. It's death. Let's check it out though.
His clemency.
I don't think I'm gonna die tomorrow. I don't believe that at all.
I'm Anthony's father, and I love Anthony.
These are the people that suffer the most, our loved ones. Oftentimes, we don't think about that. We just go on like, you know, like we're the ones that are suffering and no one else is paying for our wrongdoings. And we forget about the people that we left out there. Because sometimes they may show us tough love. You know, your father, 9 times out of 10, is always different from Mom Dukes. He's like the hard one. The go to your room, or what, boy, take off all them clothes, I'm going to whip you up. Psh, 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 right? All those things happen because that's the way we was brought up. I was brought up, take off all your clothes. I'm going to show you, boy, that you never go out at night and sneak into Sunset Park Pool at nighttime and climb that fence and hang out with your friends and come back to the house dried up from the Clorox. Talking about, I was just in Alo's house or whatever, right? And whip you so bad that the next day you have to go to school with belt marks under them pants. And still not learn nothing from it. Because it was never right. It's not the way to raise your young ones, right? But I don't think that everybody was prepared back then. That's the way it was. You know, a lot of people believe in that. I never do. I still don't. But his father here looks sincere and he looks like he really cares about this guy. You know? And he probably was tough on him. And he probably did everything that he could to save his life. But at the end of the day, we have the final decision as human beings. And I just think his son just made the wrong choices and acting spontaneously, like, you know, bang, at a drop of, you know, like boom, of impulse. I don't know, I wasn't there. But what I could tell you is what I think or what I feel. And do I feel like if I had some magical power through this screen? Deep down inside in all of us, there's a good person. I don't think nobody wakes up in the morning saying, I'm going to be bad. I'm going to be mean to the world. I want to be a devil. I don't think nobody really says that. Nobody wakes up saying, I'm going to be a drug addict for the rest of my life. I want to be a bank robber for the rest of it. I don't know, but some people do. But it's rare, right? Isolated incident type situation, right? But he looks like he comes from real good parents, man. I almost get like this bond with the people when I'm watching stuff like this. That's why sometimes I honestly don't even like to watch it. But based on the field and what I do, I have to. And it makes me have more compassion towards other human beings. So I guess in a way it helps me out also. It's become a new therapy to me in 2021. Because I'm paying more mind to it now. So the next time that a lot of people, you out there, think about doing crime on it, this can happen to anyone in a second. You could, they're not only an officer, a regular human being. Hit him the wrong way, grab him the wrong way, and the person dies. Now you're on death row waiting for your execution day. Putting in all types of appeals to deaf ears. To people that have no remorse or compassion towards another life, because this is what they do, this is their business. And they need to make money. And they need to utilize the tools that they bought for their business. And you're the one that's going to try it out tomorrow. Let's hear from his dad.
And we have a spiritual connection. And I'm going to be there for Anthony till the end.
God, we know that nobody can do anything like you. So God, we pray now by your divine will, if it's your will, that you deliver like only you can.
One thing you got to respect about people like that is that no matter what, I'm going to be there for Anthony to the end. I'm going to hold his hand, because while other people don't look at that, he's somebody's son. He's somebody's grandson. He's somebody's father. All we see some people is that, yo, yeah, but look what he did, You know, you don't understand until you in them shoes, you know. I never been on death row. I felt like you know what I mean? Like a lot of things could have happened that I could have been there, you heard? And by the grace of God, I wasn't, and I'm not, you know, but we never know what tomorrow brings. So I try to keep those things in mind today. It's sad though. Look at this dude. Young, life wasted. And this happens all over the world in places that believe in execution. And we just out here living our life and we never think about them, the forgotten world.
God, we pray for your mercy.
God bless you.
Like only you can.
Good morning. The state of Texas is today preparing to carry out the execution of Anthony Haynes.
Anthony Haynes did make a statement. He said, God told me that I will not die on death row. Around 4 p.m.
He was still trying to keep his spirits up. He still got his spirits held high. Like, God told me that I would not die on death row. You got to give it to him. He's a strong-minded individual. Leave in the comments if you feel that about him. That's what I get from him. That although all this turmoil and situations were happening in his life, he tried to stay upbeat about it. Like, I'm not going to let this put me down. Like, you got no control at this point. There's nothing you could do to change that. You know, absorbed all means and look through all avenues and all loopholes or whatever. And if nothing was found, there's nothing you could do. I don't know how many times could you put in for that. I don't want to find out, but if you know, leave in the comments. And were you ever on death row? Or do you know anyone that's on death row today? And do you communicate with them? And let them know that there's a higher power up there, whatever your higher power is, that there's looking over all of us. And that has love for you regardless. And I know it could be seem far-fetched, like if he has love for me, like why am I going through this? I wish I had that answer for you, but apparently I don't. I ask myself that a lot of times too. Damn.
Today, we received notice from the U.S. Supreme Court that Anthony Haynes received a stay of execution. The appeal that was filed at the last minute related to ineffective counsel, and so the U.S. Supreme Court stopped the execution.
Yo, my guy, you don't know how happy that just made me, bro. That just made me super hype, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. Leave in the comments if you felt the same way. If you probably saw this before, it's cool. But I could see this a million times and I would still feel the same type of feelings I'm feeling within. Facts. Like, that's awesome. That's awesome. For real, bro. That must have been like such a relief. A load let off his shoulders and his family's shoulders, right? Because they suffer big time. You know? Wow, bro. That's great news to happen. And that's hard to happen and stay, you know, like to stop it. Like, stop, wait, whoa. You know how many people that they went like, whoa, yo, wait, don't execute him. It was already done. And he was not guilty. Could you imagine all those people that happened to in this world? That's a sad thing, bro. Jesus Christ. Definitely, I believe him that he regrets what happened and he's sorry. He was super young. He was a young dude, bro. Like, we were all sorry when these things happened. I know I was sorry when I heard other people and I was locked up, whether it was a robbery or whatever. I was super sorry. There was times though that, and I don't know, he's probably never going to get released in his life if he got it overturned to life or whatever. I don't know. Leave in the comments if you know what happened with this case after that, right? But for me, there was times that I went out there and was super sorry, got released, and we tend to forget, and immediately we forget the pain that we just went through. The pain, the suffering, the hurt, the sorrow, the locking in. 16 up on the lock-in. Watch the cells. Boo! Whatever, right? And when you locked in that cell at night by yourself and you thinking and that brain is working, and you start being depressed and missing people and thinking, right? It's the only time you really got to yourself. And how stressful and lonely it gets. We forget that. I forgot it a lot of times. Today, I try not to forget that. I try to keep it green. I play the tape all over my head. And believe it or not, shows like this, On the Lockout, help me not forget. Facts. I love y'all. Thank you for tuning in. I'm grateful. You already know what it is. It's Lockout Gang for life. I love y'all. Facts. New content tomorrow on God.